Coming up on Mountain News this morning, police are investigating a homicide in Perry County. And many are not happy with the Public Service Commission's recent decision to approve a rate hike for Kentucky Power.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Welcome to Mountain News this morning. I'm Neely Green here with you on this Wednesday, March 4th. The time is now 6:28, and let's check in with meteorologist Megan Duswell for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, today's Wednesday. I was confused kind of yesterday. I was thinking tomorrow was Friday, but today's Wednesday, and it's another one of those weeks.
Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, I also thought today was Thursday, and I was like, oh yay, only one more day left. No, it's Wednesday. But on this Wednesday, here's what you need to know. It's definitely a warm start to your day. Looking at a mixture of the 40s and 50s to put into perspective how warm this is for this time of year. Our high temperatures on average are supposed to be what we're seeing this morning. So this is what you're supposed to feel like for your March 4th in the afternoon. Instead, this afternoon we'll be looking at the 70s. In fact, it's not only the 70s, it's the low to mid 70s, with some folks having the chance of hitting 77 degrees. That'll be Manchester and Monticello with those warm temperatures. But we're also tracking some scattered showers. Now, for the most part this morning, it's relatively calm, but we'll see those scattered showers picking up in frequency throughout the day, with some storm chances for our far northern counties heading into the afternoon. Here's a look at that breakdown of that forecast for you. High temperatures will be around that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time frame, again with scattered showers throughout the day. Neely.
Thank you, Megan. The Perry County Sheriff's Office met with the Commonwealth's attorney to discuss charges following a UTV crash that killed 16-year-old Emmeline Clark over the weekend. Sheriff Joe Engel says 4 people were on the UTV, 2 16-year-old girls and 2 adult men. He believes alcohol was a factor in the crash. There have been 2 search warrants. One man's phone was seized. Social Services is also investigating the incident, along with the Perry County School District. One man is dead after a crash in Laurel County. It happened Monday night on Sinking Creek Road. State police say only 1 vehicle was involved. They say 21-year-old John Frazier of London left the roadway in a curve and overturned. Police say Frazier died early Tuesday morning at the University of Tennessee Medical Center. The Perry County Sheriff's Office is investigating a homicide that occurred yesterday. Sheriff Joe Engel says the suspect is on the run. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino has the latest.
At approximately 10 o'clock Tuesday morning, Perry County Sheriff deputies were called to an altercation at the Bubby Combs apartment building near Dark Fork Road. When deputies arrived, they say one man was found dead with a gunshot wound to his chest area, but the suspects had left.
I mean, everybody was running around, screaming and hollering, calling 911.
Donnie Napier said he heard loud arguing coming from outside his window. The victim was found dead behind Napier's car.
Sitting around, not doing anything really, just playing on my phone, and I heard 1 shot. I got up and looked out the front window. I seen him laying here, so then I came down the steps, and I'm CPR certified, so I was going to do CPR. When I got down here, I listened for a breath and tried to get a pulse. There's nothing. He was already gone.
Sheriff Joe Engel says an arrest warrant was filed for one man, but he believes others are involved. Officials and residents of the building say nobody involved lived in the apartments, but they were known to hang around the area. As of Tuesday, the motive behind the shooting is unknown. However, officials say they believe everyone knew each other.
I don't care what that boy did. He didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves to be gunned down like that.
Sheriff's deputies, Kentucky State Police, and Hazard City Police say they have been actively searching in multiple areas and received a few tips.
So we respond up to the Dollar General and Happy, and we just had missed them. We looked on their surveillance video and did verify that they had been just there at the dollar store.
Sheriff Engel says the suspects are considered armed and dangerous, but have no reason to believe they would try to hurt anyone else. Investigators say it is unknown if alcohol or drugs were involved. In Perry County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Here is a picture of the suspect. 43-year-old Danny Harold Asher, who goes by Blue, is wanted for murder and police are still looking for him. A teenager was electrocuted in Laurel County. It happened in the Home Mills area. The coroner's office says 19-year-old Bryson Cotton Jim was pronounced dead shortly after 12:30 yesterday afternoon. They say he was installing fiber cable and working in a bucket truck. Cotton Jim was a former welding student at the Clay County Area Technology Center. A man is behind bars after a police chase in Perry County. It happened Tuesday afternoon after state police tried to pull a pickup truck over in the Combs community for traffic violations. Police say the driver, 49-year-old Ance Collins of Krypton, led police on a 16-mile pursuit in which he hit cruisers multiple times. The chase ended on Briar Fork Road after the vehicle went in a ditch. Collins is facing numerous charges. The passenger in the vehicle was taken to Hazard ARH to be treated for minor injuries. The Pike County Fiscal Court hosted its regular meeting Tuesday night, entertaining the second vote to rescind a controversial contract with the private landfill company. It was standing room only again as folks showed up to witness the 3 county commissioners revisit a vote from last week that rescinds a community host agreement between the county and American Land Reserve. The court voted 3-1 again to cancel the agreement with the company after a heavy pressure from concerned citizens, officially canceling plans to allow the company to explore the possibility of planting a landfill in the Myra community.
I think it went the way the public wanted it to go. I'm pretty happy with the outcome of that. I do wish our magistrates would take more time to actually read what they're getting.
We will have a more in-depth look at the meeting this evening, including the first opportunity for public comment about the issue. A recent order by the Public Service Commission denied the most recent rate increase requested by Kentucky Power, settling for a smaller increase, but those impacted say they are already drained. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has the latest.
444.62, 428.75, 211, 532, and it's every day. I can pay your power bills at my store, and I'm seeing everything. Everybody says, have you seen a bill this high? And those are people with $300 bill. I said, yeah, I saw one yesterday, it was $1,000.
Business owner Mike Johnson says people in his community have seen another hit to their already tapped out finances.
A lot of these people are on fixed income. And I know it's hurting when they pay it, so they're sacrificing groceries, you know, maintenance on their vehicle, maintenance on their house, clothes.
Saturday, the Kentucky Public Service Commission released a statement issuing a final order to the most recent Kentucky Power rate increase request. The PSC grants it a 5.87% rate increase for the first year, which will bump up to a 6.63% increase in 2027. And though it is less than the nearly 15% increase requested by the company, customers say it is still too much.
I don't know what they're justifying it with. I know that they said some of the storm damage, and then they'll say that they're tearing down a power plant and all this, and some of that's not my responsibility.
Johnson says he does not feel the 3-person Public Service Commission can adequately represent the best interest of the state, especially when it comes to the needs of Eastern Kentucky's residents and business owners.
And I think that they do need like more people, that you've got a quorum that has to be there. You know, if you've got 15 people, you know, you have to have at least 12 or whatever, and have it spread out.
Senator Brandon Smith announced legislation addressing the PSC Monday, filing Senate Bill 8, which claims to modernize the Kentucky Public Service Commission, making it a body of 5 instead of 3, with 3 members still appointed by the governor and 2 members appointed by the Auditor of Public Accounts. The bill establishes no more than 2 members of the commission would be working in the same profession, and no more than 3 would share the same political party. Johnson says the damage appears to be done for this rate increase, but someone has to step in to protect the people from continued hits. And many community members told WYMT they feel powerless, seeing more increases even after begging for a break.
I don't know where they're supposed to turn to.
In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
WYMT reached out to the Public Service Commission and Kentucky Power for comment. They responded to the WYMT a short time ago. Here is part of a statement they sent to us saying, "We are committed to helping customers understand both their usage and the components of their bill. And again, we encourage anyone with questions to contact us so we can walk through their account in detail." We did receive the entire statement from Kentucky Power, and we hope to have that on WYMT.com later. Artificial intelligence is making new strides in eastern Kentucky. Mary Breckenridge is the creator of Frontier Nursing Service, which provided family medical care to the region. Breckenridge died in 1965, but her legacy in the mountains continues to be shared, and in more ways than one. The Wendover Preservation Council in Leslie County is using more than 100 documents from Breckenridge and even a recording of her own voice to create an AI version of her.
AI can be a very controversial topic to some folks, but so is television a few years ago, so was radio. AI is a tool, and it can be used for controversial things, can be used for great things. So how you use it matters, and I think we're using it here in a very positive way.
Yeah, absolutely. The AI is programmed to pull data from her birth in 1881 until her death, knowing information the real Mary Breckenridge would know. You can hear part of a conversation we had with the AI version of Breckenridge on WYMT.com. There's concerns on Kentucky's public university campuses over the proposed state budget that just cleared the House. University presidents say there's cuts to their spending. Dr. Aaron Thompson, part of the Council on Post-Secondary Education, says in fiscal year 2027, $42 million will be cut if the budget is passed. In 2028, it's nearly $74 million.
It's going to slow down our progress, no doubt. Let me just say that. But it's going to also, we'll have to cut again, because I can't make that up in tuition.
Dr. Thompson says smaller campuses will feel the cuts more than others. There's no date yet on when the Senate will take up the budget. The University of Kentucky will have a new athletic director this summer. Current AD Mitch Barnhart announced he will retire on June 30th. Barnhart has held the position for 24 years, making him the longest tenured athletic director in UK's history. He is also the longest tenured athletic director in the Southeastern Conference. We will have reaction from the Big Blue Nation coming up on Mountain News this morning at 6. And the announcement is sparking reaction from fans and people in the sports world. Hosts of Kentucky Sports Radio say Barnhart helped elevate many of UK's non-revenue sports, something they hope won't be overlooked as the university searches for his replacement. Fans we spoke with also say they're hoping a new athletic director brings fresh ideas, especially as college sports continue to change with name, image, and likeness deals.
From now on, there's going to be NIL. So you have to have an athletic director that accepts that and is willing to work in that system, because that's just the system you're going to have.
Some fans also say they hope the next athletic director looks at ways to improve the game day experience, including possible upgrades at Kroger Field.
You're not going to need that coat as you're heading out the door this morning, looking at the 50s for most folks. In fact, it's 57 degrees in Somerset, 59 in Monticello. A tad chillier for those folks on the other side of the region, looking at 43 degrees in Grundy. Altogether, though, not bad temperatures heading into your Wednesday. And by the afternoon, it'll look even better. A mixture of the 70s in the forecast, primarily the low to mid 70s, but some folks do have the chance of getting into the upper 70s. 77 is that forecast for Manchester and Monticello. We'll also be watching some scattered shower chances throughout the day as well. Currently seeing some scattered showers for our far eastern counties, but again, that will continue. So what you need to know as you're heading off to the bus stop, cloudy skies and temperatures in the 50s off to school, and looking at the low 70s as you're heading home. You might want that umbrella with you though. Neely.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:42 and still to come on Mountain News this morning. Vaccine hesitancy is spreading among pet owners. More on how veterinarians are handling the issue and why they say vaccines are vital for pets and people.